It feels like sometimes on the show we get stuck in certain themes. That's because the merry-go-round keeps going around and stopping at the same place. We've talked a lot about Kyle Busch this year and the abysmal performance from Richard Childers Racing at Pocono. That was amplified by the fact he had to go to the back of the pack because they found a leaky oil line on the car before it was even pushed out on the grid. That's not supposed to happen with top-rated teams. They should be ready, set, go. At least they caught the problem. And then, of course, Kyle Busch got caught by Corey LaJoie later on in the race. Kyle Busch.
That's a problem, too.
Yeah, that was a problem. We're going to talk about that. And Kyle had this to say about his tete-a-tete with Mr. LaJoie.
You have mirrors and cameras and everything else, so you try to get in front of the run that's coming, and I was trying to get in front of that run, and sometimes some don't lift. Kamikaze.
Kamikaze.
He's right.
It's absolutely right.
Yeah, that wasn't even kamikaze. That Corey LaJoie actually could have gone straight when that happened. And guess what? This is highly competitive NASCAR racing. You're going to get blocked. You're going to get, moved out of the way. Someone's going to cut in front of you. That doesn't mean that you turn your wheel to the right and turn back into them and then wreck like 5 other cars.
Yeah, and especially when you have had a string of performances over the past several weeks where you either are an incident or cause an incident. I think that puts an even bigger...
From practice to qualifying to races. Well, I don't know if he's had a qualifying one. I'll be fair.
Yeah, well, there you go.
There have been a lot of times this year that it just feels like to me when we're calling a race that the first caution is the 7 car of Corey LaJoie. Mm-hmm. And he gets up in the fence, he has a problem, and what is worse is he might be running 15th when that happens, and you think, okay, maybe this is the day, and then something inevitably goes wrong, and he winds up floundering around finishing 30th. He is 30th in points right now. Part of his frustration, I've got to think, is Carson Hocevar, who is 7 points ahead of seven places ahead of him in the points, and he just signed on this year, and
he got a 25-point penalty.
Yes.
What year is...
Sixth.
This is
full-time
his
season.
Full-time season.
He's finished 30th or worse in 3 of those. Or is current. This would be one of those 3.
Yeah, how long do you give something like that,
He's got Rodney Childers. The number 7 car has Rodney Childers coming on top of the pit box, and that's a lot to live up to. Thank you very much. Look, you have a 40-time winner and championship-winning crew chief is going to be the crew chief for that car. I want to be a part of that. I would want to be a part of that. And I would realize that he's the alpha on that team as well.
And I think everybody in the garage kind of likes Corey. He's outspoken, good-looking
awesome
guy, got a wonderful podcast, his Stacking Penny show, all of that. But his narrative for years has been, we've been the little engine that should or could.
Yeah, now you've caught the train.
Well, now you're a team that's spending $30, $40 million to buy charters. You've got the wherewithal, but nothing on the Corey LaJoie side has paid off, and that's a shame. He started out the season 4th in the Daytona 500. And you remember this, guys. There was a lot of buzz about, here he is. Maybe this is the year that Corey LaJoie makes the playoffs. Again, it's going to be another disappointing year. And maybe the insertion of Rodney Childers with that Spire Motorsports team turns things around.
Yeah.
Two of the things that you said there, one, 2023, I think he showed some signs that people, pundits, us, thought, oh my goodness, he is about to have a breakout. Finally, we're getting ready to see what he can do with this equipment. Didn't really happen. 2024 comes around. He has had an abysmal season. And the one thing that I struggle to understand is a lot of what Doug said too, like they have money. They usually say it takes money to go fast in this industry. There is no doubt about it. Spire has money. So what is the missing link there?
Brand new shop, all the things.
Yes, all the things. They have all the things.
Everything that should result in that team jumping up. And I'm telling you, the frustration of having a new teammate that's outperforming you weekly.
Yeah, that's true. Hey, you ready for a stat?
Give it to us.
Corey LaJoie has had 13 lead lap finishes this year in 21 races. He's not finished on the lead lap 8 times. Take a wild guess. Who else has only 13 lead lap finishes this year?
Kyle Busch.
Kyle Busch.
Yeah.
Well,